Oh man, that was so good.
Yeah, dude, that was bomb.
It's just a great Mastodon song, really. Like I haven't really looked into the lyrics or anything. I would imagine, just based off of the name, that it ties back into the comic a little bit, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I've never really listened to Mastodon before, but after hearing that, I'm thinking I will.
In my opinion, this is, they have such a massive catalog at this point. In my opinion, if you're just gonna get into them, I would start with their album The Hunter from 2011. I think that it's their most, I guess their most like accessible sort of sounding album.
Okay.
There's definitely like Leviathan is really good, Crack the Sky is really good, and all of those, like, they're not super experimental, but I think that like The Hunter is the most likely to be sort of a crowd pleaser. I guess is sort of where I'm going with that.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm taking notes.
Okay,
it's
perfect.
my homework. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because, like, they described that this soundtrack was going to be like a bunch of metal songs, and the first one being Mastodon. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But then I'm looking at iTunes, and they've got the full track listing because it's a pre-order right now. It's supposed to come out in June, and some of the artists that I'm seeing are not necessarily metal artists. Like, I'm seeing Denzel Curry on here.
Oh,
I'm
what?
seeing Soccer Mommy on here. And so I'm wondering if they're just branching out or if all of these artists are trying to do a metal song, because I think that it would be really interesting to hear some of these artists kind of break out of their comfort zone and try and do a metal song.
Yeah.
So that could be kind of cool.
That would be very cool. Yeah. Denzel Curry, I'm a fairly big fan of. I'd love to hear him screaming on something, you know?
Yeah, it would be interesting. So now, like, looking into that, I'm kind of more excited to see what this project brings, because, like, like I said, that was a really good song, but it was like a fairly, standard Mastodon song. They're doing what they've been doing for 21 years at this point. I think that some of these other artists here who aren't stereotypically metal groups, if they're trying to do a metal song, I think that could be really interesting.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
But it was kind of interesting because I just that was on my whatever that playlist is called that Spotify does, that it's like new releases from artists that you follow.
Oh,
so I was like,
Release
that's
Radar.
Cool. Yeah, there you
There
go.
we go. Okay.
So what do we have up next?
All right, up next, what do I got? Okay, yeah. I have a song. Picked a song by this band called See You Space Cowboy, and it looks like
I've heard of them.
Yeah, it looks like they either featured the artist If I Die First or they just did it together. I'm not really sure what the cooperation is there, but
Okay.
the song is called Bloodstained Eyes. Okay, wait, really quick. See You Space Cowboy are an American hard rock punk band formed in San Diego, California in 2016.